Madison is looking at taking action against the man who owns an historic house on Langdon Street. Reid joins us now to fill us in on what's going on. Amy?
This home on Langdon Street was once where U.S. President Grover Cleveland stayed when he was in town, and it has a lot more history than that. But when city inspectors noticed the owner was not keeping it up to its historical standards, groups with the city of Madison had to get involved. There's some change coming on Langdon Street. One side, a building comes down, the other, one is built back up. To Stu Levitan, it's about time.
We've been trying to get his attention. The masonry is in bad shape, the windows are in bad shape, the porch is tilting.
He and the rest of the Landmarks Commission has been trying to get this property fixed for 2 years. And why does it matter?
It is one of the earliest City of Madison landmarks from the early 1970s. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's in the Mansion Hill Historic District, and it's because this house is here that the Oscar Mayer Company located in Madison.
But in more than 100 years, the house has worn down, and people have noticed the property owner hasn't kept it up.
This particular home is a real historic gem that is part of Madison's culture, so I think the community has an obligation to protect it.
A demolition by neglect decision now moves through Common Council after it was filed by the Landmarks Commission. It would allow the city to make the improvements the owner has not on the owner's dime. The property owner has appealed that decision. We tried to ask him his side, but multiple attempts to reach him were unsuccessful. His lawyer, who helped him with the appeal, said painters, masons, and carpenters are on site nearly every day, though we saw none. He said they should be finished by the end of the month.
Project should be done by now. We shouldn't see all the work still in its formative and early stages. The project should have been completed within the next 2 weeks.
And Levitan doubts that will happen, but even if it does, he's sad that it had to come to this at all and hopes once this finishes, it doesn't need to happen again.
This is a sacred trust. When you own a historic building that's not only a local landmark, but on the National Register, you have an obligation to the public to maintain that building.
Tonight, Common Council approved for this to move to the Plan Commission. From there, it'll move up the chain where the city will decide if it sides with the Landmark Commission or not. But if this actually is finished in 2 weeks like it's supposed to, then the city won't necessarily have to take any action besides that. Eric?
Amy, thank you.